hi, hello, how are you? I'm Pia, and welcome to the last Summerland Readathon reading vlog. This week has gone by so fast. It's already day 5, Friday, and I already finished another book. I finished my 100th book of the year. Shocking. It's astounding. It's crazy. It's revolutionary.
Have you lost your actual mind?
I think my Goodreads goal is 200 books, so we're halfway there.
We're halfway there.
I finished The Summer of Broken Rules, which if you've been watching the vlogs, you would know I've been listening to this as my audiobook for the last couple of days. It was fine. it was fine. I don't know. It felt like one of those like bad Netflix movies. You're trying to be deep, you're trying to say things and like be a tearjerker, but you're just not nailing it. So I finished that though. So a lot of 3 stars for this video, but I'm hoping things are going to turn out because the next prompt that I'm going to fulfill, I'm going to read later tonight on the reading sprints, Yerba Buena, which is the group book. I'm going to read that physically. But my next audiobook, because I'm not reading anything audibly or physically, my next audiobook is going to be You Don't Have a Shot by Raquel Murray. And this is going to be fulfilling the prompt of a book I've been dying to get to because I've been waiting for this loan from my library to come in, and I'm so excited to read this book. I think I'm gonna love it. This is a queer Bend It Like Beckham retelling. Is that what it's called? I don't know. I don't know sports films. It's sapphic, it's young adult, and I believe there's also ace representation, which is like my favorite thing in the world. I am so stoked to be reading that. I'm actually heading to the beach now. We're going to the beach for the morning, and I'm gonna bring along my audiobook and listen to that since I don't really have like a book. I know I have so many books here. I know I have so many books here, like okay. But I don't really want to read any of them for this readathon, so they're just gonna stay. And I'm gonna listen to my audiobook and I'm gonna start it, and we're gonna hang out at the beach for a little bit and have a fun little beach day. So I'm very excited and we gotta go. A little bit of sunburn later, I'm back from the beach and getting ready to go live for my reading sprints, which I'm very excited about. But I did listen to 25% of You Don't Have a Shot, and I'm really liking this. Like, I think I gave Ophelia After All, which is this author's first book, 4 stars, and there was like really not anything wrong with it that I remember, but I think it was just like, it was really good, but it wasn't like perfect, you know? But this one is so good. Like, we have our 2 main characters who are like these rivals, these like soccer rivals, and they're both at this like soccer summer camp, and like there's a lot riding on their like the games that they're playing and like the championship that they're doing. The tensions are running high. All right, that's enough, okay? You crossed the line. And I just really like it. Like, I really am so excited. So excited I'm liking a book. It's crazy. When it happens, it's exciting. But I am going to be over the sprints reading Yerba Buena. Finally. I know, it's my group book and I haven't read it yet, but I'm feeling very relaxed and relaxed. And actually I have to do some homework. I'm always like, I'm having like such a good time. I'm so relaxed. And I'm like, oh yeah, it's because you are not thinking about all the homework you have to do. I keep being like, I'm gonna wait until my hair is not wet to film an update, but I'm just always showering, you know? I'm just such a cleanly person. Oh my gosh. So I got off reading sprints yesterday and finished, oh my god, imagine if I said I finished the book. No.
I've never been an inspiration before. I don't like it. It's too much responsibility.
I got through 62% of Yerba Buena, which is a lot. Really liking it. I'm really liking it. It's looking like a 4-star. It's looking like a 4-star. Because the beginning was rocky. It was rocky. The tone was really crazy. I think it's interesting. I think Nina LaCour, like me, is such a like young adult writer, and like I can tell that that's like her background even as I was like reading this book and it's adult. Not to say that young adult is like less than an adult book, but there's just a certain type of writing. And also because this book starts out with these 2 main characters, Sarah and Emily. It starts when they're young adults. It starts when they're like teenagers. So I thought that was interesting. There's a lot of stuff going on in this book, like a lot of stuff that I was not prepared for and definitely could be triggering and uncomfortable to read. It doesn't mean I don't think you should read this book. I'm not like trying to dissuade you, but I think there was a lot of like unexpected trauma that was going on that I didn't expect. Yeah, it's definitely different than what I thought. Now that I'm like acclimated animated and I know the characters, I feel like, and I can distinguish between them. I am really liking it, and I'm liking the shape that the story is taking on. It's very much like a Sally Rooney book. It's kind of like that book I read, Exciting Times. Yeah, it's like a lot of literary fiction, which I'm enjoying. I just feel like it had to like get its footing after a little bit. So definitely gonna read more of that today. I'm trying to see, yeah, I was just gonna do some class readings today as well. I am in finals for my summer classes. I just have to keep on top of that stuff. I think I could definitely finish Buena. I have, I think, an hour left. I'm listening to the audiobook and reading, which is, as we all know, my favorite experience to have while reading, because I just can zone in so much better and focus. Which is a struggle.
I'm not convinced I know how to read. I've just memorized a lot of words.
You definitely can tell that I'm sunburned. I got way more sunburned than I thought, and we're going back to the beach today, so. But I will definitely listen to more of my audiobook at the beach. I'm like 30% through You Don't Have a Shot. I don't have really another update about it, except that I'm excited to keep reading it. Really like having, I feel like we finally got to like the good reads, not good reads, but like the good books of this readathon so far. So just waiting for the rest of the folks in the house to get ready to go to the beach. Because that's all I want to do, is just lay out and put on lots of sunscreen. So I have finished Yerba Buena. I'm giving it 4 out of 5 stars, exactly what I thought. It kind of had me tearing up a little bit, which I didn't anticipate happening because I am a stone cold bitch.
She was a bit of an arsehole, all right, that's true enough.
But honestly, like, it really turned itself around, like, first impressions to finishing the book. I didn't love the ending, like, that's one thing. It's kind of, it's conclusive, but also, like, hinting at more conflict that I'm like, can we just resolve the conflict and, like, have a resolution, like a classic third act resolution, which I would have preferred. Not that like this book seems like it would be like have a happily ever after kind of thing, like that doesn't seem like it would make sense, but just like a good tie, good knot at the end of the rope. But yeah, I don't know, it was good. I liked it. I'm excited to come up with my questions and stuff for you guys. I hope you all read it, or I'll just be me talking about it for 20 minutes or whatever. So I didn't listen to any more of my audiobook for You Don't Have a Shot because my AirPods were dead. Actually, they weren't dead. Fun fact, they just told me they were dead, and I think they're broken. I think though, for my last prompt of reading a book while doing your favorite summer activity, Summer 11, I'm gonna read Happy Place. You can't see that. I'm gonna read Happy Place because I want to, and I have some watermelon cut up, so I'm really ready to read that. I am nervous, but I'm also excited. Like, I haven't read an Emily Henry in a while. I just reread People We Meet on Vacation in January just because I like love that book and like needed the vibes in my life, but I just need the vibes of an Emily Henry like none other. So I'm hoping it'll have that. But I heard it has like she always does, kind of like heavier topics, more like nuanced conversations, and more like women's fiction-y, chick lit-y, which I always enjoy, as well as the romance. And then I've also heard that the like side characters are really good as well, so I'm excited about that. Yeah, in general, I'm just really excited to start it. I'm also nervous, but mostly excited. I think it's longer than Yerba Buena, but I am going to start that and eat some watermelon. Hello, beautiful people. It is the last day of the readathon. So far, I've been doing homework, tried to take a nap. I have a lot going on these next 2 weeks, and cheers to that. But I have done a little more reading. I did read this morning. I started reading more of The Happy Place. Hopefully this afternoon I'll get to eat it and have some watermelon because we did not have it. We went to a baseball game last night. So I did read some of the Happy Place. I'm like 15% into it, I think. I'm liking it a lot. I'm not like sold on the characters yet. They're seeming a little bit like drab, if that's the right word.
You're not interesting enough.
I feel like Emily Henry has really built out these side characters to be like really like bold personalities and really fun, interesting, and then there's kind of Harriet. And Harriet's like, well, I'm a surgeon. That's about it. And even when, hell if I know, to be honest. He's just kind of like, I fix furniture. Literally every man. Let me tell you, and even I fell into this like trap as well as a writer, but like every man in a romance book, or every book that has a romance, the man is super chiseled. Why is that true? Why are we so obsessed with chiseled men? Anyway, but even that, I mean, I'm sure they're gonna get like built out to be interesting. As of right now, like I like them together. Like I like how they interact with each other. I'm gonna eat my own words because because I really like People We Meet on Vacation. People We Meet on Vacation is my favorite Emily Henry, and that is told, you know, but that I think has like a much like clearer structure. This one is like these two people were together for like 10 years or 8 years or something like that, and like in People We Meet on Vacation, it's like they had like that many summers, and so it was like that many trips, and like that was like very like structurally made sense to me. But this one, it's like they had a relationship, you know, like they were dating, they were engaged, like these two people. So I feel like it's just more stuff to cover, and I don't really like the going back and forth of it all, because we see them not like each other before we see them fall in love. And I think that's always something that's weird to me, because like I want to care that they don't like each other before I see that happen on page. Does that make sense? I'm like rewriting the book as I'm thinking about it. I don't know. It's fine. It's good. Like I like reading it, but I also like some parts of it I don't remember, like this being Emily Henry's style, like how descriptive her like writing is about like the house. Why do I need to know what this house looks like? Like at all. Like I don't need to know.
Clap if you care.
I did get a book. I went to the little library again because I saw they had another book. So I got The Other Black Girl, which is a book that has been on my radar for a long time. Free? Yes. I will go put in some books in there later. But this I know is about the publishing industry, and it's giving, I know it came out like maybe last year or the year before, but it is reminding me of Yellowface in some ways, or just like I've been reading a lot of books like this, like books about publishing, of the politics of publishing almost in a way, or like publishing as a business. I also find it interesting that Emily St. John Mandel is the blurb, or the, right? Yeah, is the author blurb on the cover, because like I feel like it would make more sense to have an author that's like more genre, like writes a genre that's more like this one, because she writes like speculative fiction, and I don't think this is speculative. So I'm now 30% into the happy, or fuck, I always get it wrong. I am now 30% into Happy Place. And there's something about this book, like I'm like addicted to reading it, but also like not enjoying it. Like every time I like stop to like think about the book, or like just like pause from reading it, I'm just like, I don't know if I like it. Like it is the strangest reading experience, because I'm like when I'm in it, but when I'm out of it, I'm like, should I like DNF it? Like
I'm sorry, I simply cannot read this.
I have no idea what that means for about this book. It's definitely not a favorable view, but it's how I'm feeling. I don't know. I'm gonna keep reading it, I think. But I also like could DNF it. I don't know if I care, but I kind of love it. That's where I'm at with this book. I'm about to go live though for the live show for Yerba Buena. Never mind. I was gonna say, did I wear this shirt last time I did a book club live show? Because I was supposed to do a book club for reading the Anne of Green Gables books, but no one cared, and I also didn't care. That didn't happen. I'm definitely gonna make this readathon a seasonal thing, a little hint surprise kind of thing. I'm gonna make this a seasonal thing, so there's gonna be seasonal editions. This is the summer edition. Then we'll be doing like these kind of quarterly book discussions, and I think that'll be good for now. Like I do want to have a book club at some point, but it's definitely not something I can maintain right now, and you know, do it to the best of my abilities. But this is something that I'm very excited about. I'm like hoping to talk to some people about Yerba Buena. I'm excited. I'm very excited. So I'm gonna pull up my notes and get cracking.